Hello Junior 3, how are you? I hope you're fine. Today we are going to talk about new grammar lesson. It's about WH question in the past simple tense. WH question is a question that starts with WH question word. Let's remember the WH question words. What? We use what to ask about things or actions. Where? We use where to ask about position or place. When? We use when to ask about time. And we use who to ask about people. Which? We use which to ask about when one person or thing in a group. And we use why to ask about the reason. How? We use how to ask about the way someone does something. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to make WH question. What will you do to make a question in the past simple tense? First, if you want to ask about the subject, you should follow 3 steps. The first step, cross the subject. And the second step, write the correct question word. And the third step, write the rest of the sentence as it is. Okay, let's have the first example. Jenny traveled to Paris. And here I want to make a question about Jenny, and Jenny is the subject. So first cross the subject. So I cross Jenny. Then I put who. And finally complete the sentence as it is. Who traveled to Paris? The next example. Fred broke his arm. I want to make a question about Fred, and Fred is a subject. So I will follow 3 steps. The first step, cross Fred. The second step, put who. And the third step, complete the sentence as it is. The question will be, who traveled to Paris? Okay, but if I want to make a question about the object, what shall we do? We will use a magic word to make a question. It's cousin. But what does it mean? What does cousin mean? Who is the first thing in the question, which is the question word. And A for the auxiliary verb. Let's remember the auxiliary verb in the present continuous. The auxiliary verb in the present continuous is am, is, and are. The auxiliary verb in the present simple is do and does. And the auxiliary verb in the past simple is did. And the S, which is the subject. And finally, the N, which is the main verb of the sentence. Okay, let's have the first example. I drank apple juice yesterday. It's a normal sentence, so I'll use my magic word cousin. But first, underline the word you want to ask about. So here, I want to ask about apple juice. Which question word should I use to ask about the apple juice? What? After the question word, the auxiliary verb. The sentence here in the past simple. So the auxiliary verb should be did. Then I put the subject, which is you. And then the main verb. What should I do to the main verb? I should cross the neuter verb, as did doesn't like the neuter verb. And finally, write the rest of the sentence and put question mark. Let's move to another example. Here, I want to ask about in the afternoon. Peter went to the football match in the afternoon. So, first, underline in the afternoon. Ask yourself, which question word should I use to ask about the afternoon? Yes, super. When? After the question word, the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb here is did, as the sentence in the past simple. Then I put the subject, which is Peter, and then the main verb. And don't forget to cross the neuter verb, as did doesn't like it. And finally, complete the rest of the sentence as it is. And don't forget the question mark. Number 3. Jane walked to school because she missed the bus. Here, I want to ask about because she missed the bus. And it's a reason. So, underline it. Then, use why instead of it. As why, ask about the reason. Then, put the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb in the past simple is did. Then, we put the subject, which is Jane. Put the main verb. And don't forget to cross the ed from the verb. And write the sentence as it is. And please don't forget the question mark. Number 4. The children went to the zoo by bus. And here I wanna ask about by bus. Ask yourself, which question word should I use to ask about by bus? I think it's a way. So, I'll use how. So, I will put how, then I put the auxiliary verb, which is did, as the sentence in the past simple. Then put your subject, which is the children, and after that we put the main verb. And the main verb here is go. And don't forget to cross the neuter verb. And finally, complete the rest of the sentence as it is and put your question mark. Number 5. My father worked in a bank 2 years ago. Here, I want to make a WH question. And I wanna ask about in a bank. And I think it's a place. So I use where to ask about the place. I start my question with where. Then I put the auxiliary verb. So I put did as my sentence in the past simple. After that, put your subject, which is your father. And don't forget to change my to your. After that, write the main verb, work, and cross the ed. Finally, complete the sentence as it is and don't forget your question mark. The question will be, where did your father work 2 years ago? Good luck for you. See you soon.